Hey guys, Chris here with Project Nerf, and today we're going to take a look at a really cool bullpup gel blaster that was sent to me by my friends at Zhenduo Toys. Let's take a look. Alright guys, so before we get this thing unboxed, full disclosure, this was sent to me to be reviewed by my friends at Zhenduo Toys. We've dealt with them before and they are super cool people. They sent it to me for free. I did not pay for it. Other than that, there has been no compensation or anything like that for this review. That's kind of just how I work. If you're willing to send me something, I'm willing to review it, good, bad, or indifferent. So let's open it up here and take a look. Now, the only thing that I've done with this blaster ahead of time is open the box and charge the battery. So anyway, forget the birds in the background. All right, so we've got gel balls. That is a pack of 1,000. If that's one, that's got to be 5-ish. Some instructions, which are always good. The blaster, battery, charger, magazine, and safety glasses, which are definitely important when you're dealing with stuff like this. So, this blaster is advertised to shoot in and around 170. We'll put that to the test. It's an electrically fed magazine. You can see the electrodes here, and matching the mag. And yes, guys, it is a bullpup. It does include a LiPo battery. You can tell by the balance plug here. Please forgive the traffic in the background. I guess they're not going to cut me a break in the interest of filming today. People got to be where they got to be. But yeah, super, super cool blaster. Let's get it out of here and take a look. All right, so if I can be smarter than the mag, here we go. All right, so there's a slot or a tab under my thumb there on the magazine that lines up with that slot. See if we can get that to go in there. Yep, there we go. And it is an interchangeable kind of drum magazine. That said, you don't have to change it because the loading port is right here on the side, so that part is super sweet. You can just dump a handful of balls in between. You don't actually have to swap mags. So this blaster has a lot of really, really cool features built in. This is the magazine advance, so if you're loading a brand new mag or have just reloaded it from empty. So the electric motor advances the balls down through the handle and up into the chamber in here, and then out the aluminized barrel that looks like it's been definitely looks like an aluminum barrel, which is super cool. One can notice it's got some heft to it. It's not an overly light blaster despite its very small size. It's got sight options here in the back you can roll around. It's got a mechanical trigger lock, which is super cool. Right, yep, there, that works great. And then it is also semi-automatic in the forward position and full automatic in the rear position. Again, they advertise it approximately 170 FPS and between 11 and 13 balls a second. So anyway, let's get it out on the range and see what it does. All right, guys, so the first thing that I noticed about this blaster is that in semi mode, it really doesn't work hardly at all. So hopefully you can see this, or at least hear it. I realize there's a lot of traffic out here. But, so in semi mode, you can see most of the balls just fart out of the end of the barrel. Now in full auto, it rips along quite nicely. But in semi, it's not all that, so. But in full auto, it runs pretty good, so, okay, we can forgive the fact that the semi's not that great. Anyway, let's get it on the chrono and see if it meets the expectation. Alright, guys, so we're out here on the range with the Quasar Stats Bullpup Gel Blaster. And so we're going to chrono it. Now, the advertisement said up to 170, but that's pretty subjective, so anyway, let's take the safety off and see if we can get anything remotely close. That one kind of bounced off, but yeah, okay, so pretty consistently in the mid 140s, mid 150s. We did see a 165 in there, so pretty close to advertised. Let's see if we can hit anything with it. All right, guys, so we're out on the range. We're going to see if we can hit anything with this. Now, please forget the jacket. It's winter in Virginia. It's cold, and my range is, again, decimated by another storm. So today we only got 20 and 40-foot targets. My 60s somewhere, and the 80s spun around the other way. But let's see if we can hit anything with this bad boy. Take the safety off, which, again, is ambi, and let's go. Yeah, no problems on the 20. No problems on the 40 either, even though it's backwards. Let's see if we can lob a couple in at the 80. Out of ammo. I think we did score an odd hit or two out at 80 feet, but in 20 and 40-foot range, it's pretty consistent. So, yeah, pretty pleased with that. Let's go inside and talk about it. All right, guys, we're back in from the range, and so let me give you my overall impressions of this blaster. First off, the quality of the build is impressive, to say the least. The plastic is very heavy. I'm squeezing that as hard as I can. There's no crunching, there's no cracking. It's got some heft to it. You can feel the weight in it. The aluminum barrel, there is a lot of really good stuff going on with this thing. A lot of little neat creature comforts like the flippable rear sight. Hopefully you guys can see that. Yeah, so there you go. So you got two different rear sight options. The magazine advance, you know, mag releases here in the rear, battery compartment there. Being semi-automatic and fully automatic, along with a ambi safety either side of the blaster, really makes it a cool package, and especially being a bullpup. This thing is tiny. Look at this thing. This thing is itty bitty. That said, you guys saw what happened when we got outside with it. In semi-auto mode, it doesn't really work at all. Most of the balls just farted out at the end of the barrel. I think I got some of that on film for you. In full auto mode, it runs pretty good. We were hitting, 150-ish. So not quite that 170 advertised, but advertisement and real life are often two different things, so we've learned to accept that in the community. My biggest thing, it's also very finicky about the gel balls that you run through it. The ones that came with it, I swelled up. It ran those just fine. When I went to run a different gel ball, I got a big old bucket of them here, from where I did SKD's blasters, it wouldn't run them at all. It did just, most of them pre-detonated, and we got water coming out of the end of the barrel, or, gel mist. So, ultimately, can I recommend the blaster itself for purchase? No, not really. Not if you're expecting a, competition-ready instrument right out of the box. I don't think it's to that level. The design is super cool, and the quality is there if you're a tinkerer. A gel ball modder or something like that really knows the internals on these things and can get the oddities sorted out, like with the semi, and maybe get it where it would run some different gel balls and whatnot, then sure, yeah, it'd be worth grabbing it. But just someone to grab and go play with, not nearly as good as it should be, and that's a tragedy, guys, because like I said, the quality is there. This thing really is cool, and it was built well with good parts. I'm just not so certain that the design is 100% awesome. As far as mechanically speaking, it tends to lack a little bit in that department. As a matter of fact, it's so finicky that I actually have two. I got the first one in a couple of weeks ago, and just to prove it, let me grab it here. No joke, I have two of them. And this one really didn't work at all, no matter what gel balls I ran through it. The same failing on the semi-auto, so it's not like I got a lemon here. But this one really didn't work at all. And I contacted the folks at Zhenduo Toys, who are super awesome. They've always been great to me, and Told them that I was having trouble with the blaster. It didn't run well, and I didn't want to put that on film. And without any further coercion, they sent me a second one. They just sent me an email, said, hey, look, we're going to send you a second blaster out so you should do a review. So kudos to the folks at Zhenduo for that. They're really, really great people to work with, certainly from a creator perspective. And I've seen some very, very, very good customer reviews as well. Their shipping time is good out of China to the States. So can I recommend the blaster itself? I would pass on this one, guys. Do I recommend Zhenduo? Absolutely, yes, I do. I think they're really cool people to work with. The company has a pretty good reputation, and I have had very, very good personal interaction with them. So yes to Zhenduo. Soft pass on the blaster unless you're a modder. Guys, all of that said, if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button. Turn on all notifications. Throw me a like, hit that thumbs up for me. That really helps us out. We got a lot of cool content coming up. Next time we're going to get into building our prize blaster for our ugly sweater contest that we did. So you guys will get to see an Alder Raven being put together, so that's pretty sweet. As always, guys, in the description box below, I will put our contact email, links to our Facebook page, links to the shop, still a couple of cool blasters in there, and our fan mail address if you wanted to send something in. Guys, till next time, this is Chris for Project Nerf saying, have a blast.